Good morning, Tom Salmon, 2nd District. About 41 years ago, I got drafted in the military. And part of my oath was to defend the Constitution from both foreign and domestic. I took my orders from the government, I took my orders from the President and officers. I was looking over Bruce's oath that he took for oath of office. It's very similar to the first half of the oath. The second half of the oath states that I will do faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California. That I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. That I will and will faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. Which leads me to my question. Of all the papers, the Tribune and the Cal Coast News, Bruce has stated the different situations that have led us to this position today. I'm asking Bruce, and I'm giving him 60 seconds of my time for an answer, when did this affair with Mrs. Aspiro start? Was it prior to the first oath?
Address the chair.
Oh, sorry. I'll address you, sir. Because, well, obviously, I hope I get an answer from you also then. How's that? Please take those 8 seconds off that you interrupted me. Second thing is that I am concerned that this affair started either prior to the first swearing in or the second swearing in. If you follow that logic, you will see here, for the purpose of evasion. Now, did we hire this lady as a prostitute or as a whore? Which led me to...
I don't think those comments
I'm reading from the book, okay? I can say whatever I like. It says here, a prostitute is someone who is devoted to corrupt purposes.
Mr. Salmon, I don't think...
That's crossing the line.
Yeah.
No, it has nothing to do with sexual behavior. It says devoted to corrupt purposes from the book.
Keep it clean.
Please take this off my time when you discuss this with me. The point is I'm trying to make is for the purpose of evasion or corrupt purposes have a similarity. So what I'm asking Mr. Gibson, whether he feels I crossed the line or not, is did he prostitute his oath by this? Did he evade the question of whether he broke an oath to his wife, his oath to the people of this county, and does he feel he has the right to stay there when he broke this oath to me and the rest of you? I am offended that none of you to a person has spoke out against this. Like so many of the previous callers today, we asked for some ability to address this, but you have stayed quiet. And again, to get back to the oath of his office that he took, it says here, for the purpose of evasion. So hiring your mistress on my dime is evasion of the truth. I'll wait for Bruce's answer. I still have 6
Thank you, Mr. Salmon.
Don't I get the time that you interrupted me?
No, because you're supposed to be addressing the chair, not Mr.
I am?
Gibson.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll wait for you for an answer. How would that be? I still should have 30 seconds.
No, your time is up. Thank you.
So I get no answer?
No.
Okay. Another typical.
Beb Pfeiffer, followed by Richard Margison.
Bev Pfeiffer, Creston. Right, follow that. I understand that our county administrative office is currently preparing projections on the 2013-2014 budget. It has been the county's practice to present the actual information as a PowerPoint during the meeting, which means we, the public, have no opportunity to review and comment meaningfully. Why has the county not answered numerous requests that staff PowerPoints be included as part of the agenda material in the name of full disclosure and meaningful public input? Unfortunately for us, transparency seems to be alive and well in some of our supervisors' bedrooms, but dead in our county supervisors' chambers. We're so tired of being told that we must agree specifically to all the smart growth projections, that our elected officials always know best. You have ignored our requests to reprimand members of this board who have embarrassed, shamed, and even ridiculed us. This blatantly arrogant and immoral behavior cannot continue to be swept under the table. Please stop, or at least slow down this so-called smart growth nightmare. Cut back on the worthless expenses and use our money to fix what is actually broken. Please bring back common sense, morality, and just plain good manners in our county.
Thank you, Ms. Pfeiffer. Our last request to speak today is Richard Markison.
Richard Markison, first of all, I wasn't going to talk on this, but whether you agree with what Mr. Salmon said, the way he said it, he has the right to say it the way he wants to say it. You need a lesson. This comes up repeatedly over the years. You need a lesson in what people are allowed to say at this lectern. Your speaker slip is completely illegal. No person will be permitted to make slanderous, profane, or personal remarks against an individual. It's not for the chair to determine what the standard is. It's for the person that feels that they were slandered or defamed or injured to bring an action against the person that made the comment. You are not the judge and jury in this situation. I hated wasting my time with that, but First Amendment, Brown Act. What I claim to talk about today is, we're repeatedly, those that come from Los Osos, labeled with the stigma. It's been in the paper. Tribune's done it in the past. The New Times has done it in the past. The usual sewer nuts that come and talk and advocate for Los Osos. I don't come and advocate for Los Osos because I have nothing better to do. I come and give my comments because I believe I'm right. In the next few weeks, I'm going to be making comments on things that we told you in the past were going to come to fruition, that are coming to fruition. The example I'm going to give you today is a number of years ago, and I think Mr. Meacham was still on the board at that time, the Santa Isabel traffic calming project in Los Osos, which ended up being, at this point, and it's still not completed, almost $1.2 million. We said back then, why are you starting this project when eventually you're going to be putting in sewer lines that will probably be disturbed, that will probably disturb the islands, the traffic calming islands on Santa Isabel, until the project's done. You're going to have to repave the street, you're going to put the sewer lines in, then put the traffic calming project in. Well, as of this morning, 2 of the islands have been completely wiped off the face of the earth by the contractors. The 3rd island, as they're making their way west, is not gone, but all the plants are dead because they're under about 4 inches of sand that's been blown up or redirected because of the digging. Mr. Gibson at LOCAC, the advisory council in Los Osos, stated that, oh, don't worry about it, they will be replaced, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they may be replaced, but somebody is going to pay for that. Mr. Gibson said it could be the contractors, it could come from road funds, it will be somebody. It's a duplication of cost. It's an increase in the project. Some taxpayer money is going to pay for that. We called that out 6 years ago. It came to fruition. Stay tuned next week. I got a really good one.
Thank you, Mr. Markison. Comments from colleague, Mr. Buckshire?
I just had 2 items that I wanted to address briefly. One related to public comment, one not related to public comment. With respect to some of the comments made about CAPSLO, just wanted to provide a little bit of background for your board. The majority of the funds that we use to fund CAPSLO contracts are from federal and state government, and we essentially pass those along for services, obviously, from CAPSLO. As a result, we're subject to a rigorous what's called single-year federal audit. We have outside auditors come in and audit our process, our books, with respect to the use of federal funds, and we have found no wrongdoing with respect to the grants and the contracts that we enter into with CAPSLO. In fact, we have passed those grants or those audits with flying colors. Most recent was just completed this past summer and fall. Additionally, we do have multiple departments that contract with CAPSLO. It's not just one department, and they periodically perform audits, and we've not received any audit deficiencies in those areas as well. Beyond that, there are various allegations about CAPSLO wrongdoings. Those are I'll leave those to Capsule to respond, and I think they have in some respect. They are an independent entity, a not-for-profit operation. I believe they have their own policies and practices in place and audits as well, but I'm certain they would be happy to provide to folks as well if they're interested in the results of those findings. But I did want to clarify that with respect to the federal funds that we pass along to Capsule that were subject to that audit, and we passed those audit findings, as I mentioned, with flying colors. The other issue that I wanted to mention is your board is aware that these board meetings are no longer broadcast over the radio as of the beginning of this year. I would like to thank our IT department, Vince Marici from my office, and a few others who have helped tried to fill that gap at least a little bit. This is the first meeting whereby on our website, folks can download an audio stream of this board meeting. Previously, and for the last several years, it's been a video stream, but those of you with cell phones or smartphones where you can download that know that the video takes up a lot of bandwidth on the phone, and so the idea to have an audio stream only will use less data and hopefully make this more accessible to folks that they can listen in their car, on their smartphone, or wherever they may be, given that we have the void on the radio. And I just wanted to bring that to the public's attention in case they've not seen this yet.
Thank you, Mr. Buckshire. Mr. Beecham?
Just quickly, I want to follow up on the Capsule issue. We also have federal audit coming this summer, from what I understand, as well as county audit.
I'm not sure about the federal audit, but we will have another county audit. Our audit, Jim, our auditor controller, our audits are never simple. As somebody put it, we are an internal audit division. We would audit to contracts that the county has with an outside agency, and we do that periodically. I don't know that we've done that with Capslo, but it's something that we could do. However, what I've been hearing is the problems are with the fiduciary funds, and that's really not something that the county has. I don't think it's something we would pick up in an audit as part of our responsibility with the money that we're giving Capslo for services. That being said, I don't mind helping out, and I have been in touch with county council about the issue, and I'll continue to do so.
Thank you, Mr. Herb. Anybody else? Comments? You're next.
Yep. So I just want to thank all of you for being here once again. And I do want to answer you. I do appreciate you being here. Some of the issues that were brought up, I don't know the answers to. Ms. Watson, I don't know the answers to your questions about the planners in the city. I want to thank Eric, as always, for doing research and sharing some of it with us when he comes here to comment. I appreciate Jim stepping up to the plate, and I am the board representative, this board's representative to Capslo. As taxpayers, whether it's state money, federal money, county money, it's all your tax dollars, and it is not unreasonable for citizens and taxpayers to ask questions if they're concerned. And it should be just simply opening up the books, and I agree with several of you. Anyway, I'll be raising the questions on your behalf, as I feel I am a representative of you when I get to the Capsule meeting, and just asking how the citizens and taxpayers can be, how this issue can be resolved to your all satisfaction. And lastly, several of you brought up the comments about our offices, about our legislative assistants. I just want to say that we're all given the benefit of having legislative assistants here in this county. Not all counties can afford to do that, but it does help us to better serve you, the public. But I do want to respond personally here. Each one of us operates our office independently, and we are responsible for how our office is managed, and we have nothing. Each one of us operates our own office independently, I'll say that. So that is all the responsibility we have, and that's all. We don't have any interaction with the other offices with regard to legislative assistance. So I am responsible to the voters of the 5th District how my office is managed, and I just wanted to clear that up.
Thank you, Ms. Arnold. Mr. Hill?
I pass. Thanks.
Mr. Gibson, comments?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. No further comment. Madam Clerk, can you introduce the next item, please?